Welcome back to Breaking Skyrim. On our last episode, we went over the Circle of Protection glitch. I forgot a few key things. Main thing, I used it to get my restoration all the way up. Got that last perk for Avoid Death, just for, more broken characterness. But, it is incredibly possible to turn the glitch off if you get hit by your own explosive damage, whether through a rune or a spell. It will shut off and your absorption will not work. But it's as easy as getting hit by the explosive spell of someone else. So I'm going to be doing the College of Winterhold's questline to help break enchanting. So that shouldn't be too hard for me to find enemies that are going to be using higher end spells with splash damage. Did two giant spiders just kill each other? Is that what was going on over here? Okay, well, that's creepy. So one of the first quests for the college, they're going to have us come to this local rune. It's just up the road. Now, I have taken to using bound weapon. You're not losing out on too much damage compared to the weapon that you have, unless you've upgraded it. But it's a guaranteed soul trap with the skills that we took in Conjuration. What in the world is up there? But if you wanted to, I'm not entirely sure if this counts as splash damage. Oh, trolls. Ah, see? Already it's shut off. That's ridiculous. So always have a weapon on backup. But yeah. Just as a demonstration, don't rely on the Circle of Protection. It's not the most stable glitch in the game, but if you're getting pelted with explosive damage from enemies, again, it should come back. Personally, I would rather just use the bound weapons. That way I can start collecting as many souls as I can, because enchanting is the next thing to break. But it does take a grind. You can just speed up the process if you're, diligent with certain things.
Good to see. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious. It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
Now, because I've broken all of the classes of magic, I could be trying to attempt to do the master spells, but I always find it kind of gets glitched out if you're not already the head of the college.
Was one of the
So I'm just gonna speed
Skyrim. It was also the
through all of that.
Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Sarthal. This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magic they used. Well, are there any questions before we begin? Any? Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Brelina, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to interact. Just identify.
a spell for that now. Find. So of course, I always reference to, you know, how you could be role-playing the next... Come on, let me out. The next thing that you are doing. For me, it's my character had struggled for so long to run from the magic inside of him. And when he finally gave into it, it was the strongest in the land, blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. So, might as well learn to control it. Head to the college. Now, Arnell here...
You what? You must...
Eventually, you can have him as a companion,
careful,
but
right?
it's,
We don't want to damage anything.
it's a bit weird. And, one of the issues, even though he's one of the strongest that you can have, with our magical absorption, it doesn't work when you summon him. At least most of the time. So we need to have the amulet on. I don't think I actually have an amulet at this point in time. So we're just gonna equip it. Yeah.
See that?
Now. Don't. But just take something, you know, low end. He does need to throw a spell at it, doesn't even have to be destruction.
Oh, and the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. Well, why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
Okay.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
Nope, everything's gone gray.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment
one of the
will
main
be passed on your actions to come,
issues with
and
this
how you
whole
deal with the dangers
mage
ahead
breaking
of you.
thing, I haven't put
This
anything
warning
into
is passed
Magicka.
to you because the Sigil Order
Eventually,
believes in you.
you're going to be using pieces
You,
of
mage,
equipment,
and you alone have the potential
like
to
amulets and
prevent
rings,
disaster.
to give yourself just a little
Take
bit
great
extra
care
Magicka.
and know
But
that the Order is watching.
once we get enchanting and, you know, meld it with our smithing,
I
you can have
swear I
everything
felt
for free,
something rather
essentially.
strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid. Can you tell me more about the the sigil? Perhaps. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going
You
to
know,
find?
feel free to use any of the novice and adept spells. Most of them, you have the magic before, but I'm trying to harvest souls at this point in time. I wonder if Tolfdir's explosion resets that. Nope. No such luck.
Prepared to defend yourself.
I am prepared to defend myself, thank you. Not prepared to pull a lever, prepared yet. Now, don't worry if you end up having certain souls end up in the wrong gem, you know. You had a grand soul gem, now it has a petty soul in it. That's no big deal. If you drop it out of your inventory and pick it back up, you'll reset the stone. but at the same time, it's not a loss. You might as well just go ahead and use it to enchant something, you know, a little dinky
I've
something.
never seen anything
Just because it's experience,
like
regardless.
ruins before.
But if
Why,
you're actually trying
look
to
at all
save
these
up grand
coffins.
souls and stuff like that, yeah, just drop
This
it.
bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. But if it is truly dangerous, be careful. Go on ahead.
Nah,
I'll
I'm
be sure
gonna
and
be
catch up with
reckless.
you before long.
But of course, you know, making the deal with the Daedric to unlock his magical ability, now he also has the power of a warrior. So, eventually you'll be able to use that to turn yourself into the ultimate sneak thief. It's all ridiculous. Now, there's someone right beside the corner, or right around this corner. Without quiet casting, that would have given me away. And the reason that that's important is because if you really wanted to start working on your sneak, you could just stay back here, throw out some destruction spells. You know, 'cause there's also somebody around that corner. Oh, I forgot. There was a mine there. But does that reset me? Nope. It's broke. There you are. But once we break sneak, you can just sit back and keep casting spells left and right. They'll never find out. They'll never find out where you're coming from with them. Even though you can't get the sneak attack damage you normally get with archery or, you know, other melee damages. It's still just kind of funny to sit there and pelt them with spells where they're like, huh? Where's it coming from? Now, one of the things that's rather useful about bound weapon is eventually you're going to run into Draugr that have the disarm shout, and they'll make you drop your weapon. When it comes to the bound weapon, it just goes back to the spell, and you can resummon it. Just back here. Drought of lockpicking. I did not want your linen wrap. Oh, right, yep, there's it. Extreme, alright. Whip. Now, as you can see, if you've been watching previously, where I was, you know, one or two shotting, one or maybe two shotting on most enemies. Now it's evened itself out. I'm still on novice. That hasn't changed. It's just the jump in levels was that tremendous that it evened out. So take caution. Certain dragons and whatnot, they may they'll be challenging. Be the easiest way to put that. It's not going to be, you know, panic mode, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die, but one's getting blown up to death. Another reason that I like to use the style of two-handed I do with a quick swipe and then the power shot. Not only is it DPS because of how you're throwing in those power shots and whatnot. Most of the time, especially with axes and sometimes with hammers, you'll get stun locked on a lot of tougher enemies. Dragon blade. I'll make it myself eventually. Now, if I remember correctly, these pillars like to turn each other. So just work backwards. Deer should catch up to us.
I thought it high time I caught up.
Yep. Be nice to see if I can see. There we go. Didn't mean to take the Daedric. That's nice though. Now it's you know, if you wish to go ahead and grab the best of the best, but there's a reason I don't. Part of the breaking process, really. So, if you can recall... Way to set off a trap, old man. If you can recall me talking about the heavy armor perk here called conditioning. So your heavy armor weighs nothing and it doesn't slow you down when worn. The obvious effect of that is your stamina doesn't decrease as fast. It's like you're wearing clothing. But where it's broken is if you have a matching set of armors. So in this case, I'm wearing Dwarven armor, and I think it's upgraded. Yes, to Exquisite. If I had another piece or a full set of Dwarven that is Exquisite, it's not taking any carry weight in my inventory because the game reads them both as the same as you wearing them, since they're the same. Now, when it gets to enchanting, you have to have the same number of enchantments. That's why we're going to break it first. But eventually, you can have 2 or 3, possibly limitless sets of the same type of armor. So, I personally end up taking your stuff. I didn't want those. But I personally end up making several different sets of the same thing. That way I can switch and use whatever I need at the time. I swear I picked up... did. I swear I picked up a thing. Anyhow. Oh no, I cannot hurt him. Why bother? Of course, he can't hurt me either.
Keep it busy. I'll try to drain some of the...
Come on, you can do better. Come on. I give you a special name and everything. When are you gonna actually... There we go. Oh, he moved.
I'm not...
Oh, I already know it. There's a little
Only one seeing
side quest.
Why?
Now, I could have sworn I picked up something I did not want. There it was, the embalming.
This is utterly unique.
Utterly.
What could this... I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Sabo Saran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
Okay, so now we need to go back and talk to the Archmage. So make sure you talk to Tolfdir. I've left here before without talking to him and tried to continue on the quest line. Couldn't figure out why nothing was moving forward. Let's see. Ice form. Somewhat useful. I don't suggest using it. Just because eventually we're going to break Unbound Freezing, which is, you know, a limitless version of that. So just go ahead and head back out. Fast travel to the college. He should be in his quarters. So now you're gonna talk to him, tell him about the whole experience in Saarthal. He's gonna send you to the library, the Arcanium. They are going to send you on a little quest. Hello?
You are relatively new here. I am quite... but I do... Are we clear? Please don't tell me that I... Thank you. Since he... Speak with... And... Good work. The next time you find yourself exploring...
You always get a staff mage light, which is nice. I end up selling it just because by now I've got all that kind of stuff going for me. So now you can see we have all these soul gems filled with stuff. So now the issue is keeping up with jewelry and whatnot. Do I have sneak yet? I do not. The reason that you want to do jewelry is because they'll buy them here. Every master of a school has tomes in that school of magic. Like, for example, here's the Conjuration.
If you would, the summoning of undead is even... So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
So you come in, you know, grab whatever you want out of here. I'm a fan of the Bone Colossus, but I don't want to spend the money on it right now. Or, you know, whatever gems, and they all have plenty of gems.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the whole premise.
You
And
know,
there's illusion.
they say knowledge is its own reward.
Oh,
That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding.
incident. Just a misunderstanding. That's usually what the guilty party says.
The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here.
So, you know, feel free to invest your wealth, however. And how did you beat me down? That's creepy. When you get here, you can go ahead and take telekinesis arrows. Really nice stealth ability. Now, mind you, it won't show up under any of your schools. It's a power. But, yeah. I haven't messed with it much. If you read this journal, it gives you the ability to find a mount.
I don't want to
But
see
we want to talk
you are
to
now disrupt my
Bragg
arcane,
Shub here.
and I will have you. Now, do you require assistance?
Need to learn something about
Well,
what
you
we
don't
found in
even need
Sarthal.
that. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information.
Alright.
If you want them, you'll have to
Now I
talk
need
to
to go
Winterhold.
find stolen books. Now, if you don't want to,
there.
you don't have to
You
speak
were
to
in
Ancano.
Sarthal, yes? I know Tolfdir
But-
is still there now. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
Go ahead and exit out to the roof, because we're going to be fast traveling. Luckily, it's down in Whiterun Hold. So you can take anywhere nearby, really. I just like coming to the stables, taking a nice walk. So that's what I'm going to end up doing, and I'm going to cut it off here. In the next episode, we're just going to continue on the quest for the Mages Guild. All you got to really do is focus on using the bound weapons. Humans only can go into Black Soul Gems, but anything else you can kill, like wolves or stuff along the road, get as many soul gems as you can. If you wanted to, you could stop by a smith somewhere. I suggest at this point any iron ore that you happen to have or happen to scavenge. Let's see what I've got here. Got 23 of them. I'd suggest going, and if you've been following along, you've already got transmute. If not, it is very close to Whiterun here at the Halted Streams camp. You know, just go around the west side of the city and then head north. But I would suggest transmuting. You can turn the iron into silver, and then it'll turn your silver into gold. Then you can take all those gold ores that you end up making, turn them into gold ingots. Don't make any of the jewelry that has gems in it. Just make 2 rings. That way you're basically getting a ring per piece of ore. And then go ahead and enchant those. It's the easiest way to keep the loop going with you being able to buy your soul gems from all the vendors at the college. So that's pretty much our goal. We keep doing that, making little bits and bobbles along the way. Now that we've got massive carry weight, you can even pick up certain items, weapons, anything that you think would make you some extra gold off of enchanting it as we go. And that's the idea. We're going to continue that in the next one, so I'll see you then.